My name is Macton Brian from Luo Folklore, a YouTube channel. Glad to have you here, Mr. Kitara Coldwell, and can you briefly introduce yourself to the viewers?
Thank you so much. Good morning to the viewers. My name is Kitara Coldwell, a retired senior education officer.
Nice to hear that. Can you tell us how you feel about your retirement now that you are out of office? You are full-time free, nothing like 9 a.m. and so on.
First of all, I feel very happy and proud about my retirement from the civil service. You know, it is quite a long journey, right from preparation in primary, going through teacher training, and then getting into the job. And as you know, mandatorily, when one reaches 60 years, he has got to retire. So I feel very happy for having made it all through. And I owe a lot of gratitude to many people who supported me to go through, especially my parents, and then my principal for grade 2 teachers training, the late Aaron Lazy, who really instilled into us the spirit of artwork, good reading culture, and then he also inducted into us to disease from the bad habit of alcoholism, smoking cigarettes, which has a lot of harms to our health. And then above all, being committed to work faithfully and knowing that God the Creator is the one whom we should really adore and all the time pray to Him to lead us through our vocation. I call teaching profession a vocation, which was given to me by God. I feel happy about it.
Well, that's so good. At the start of your career, gone when you were about 1920s there, did you even imagine that you would become the inspector of a district, or were you imagining such a kind of a thing in your life?
Certainly, I was not, but then I was very ambitious, very hardworking, committed, and loyal. And that is the pathway for growth in any profession. Commitment, hard work, being loyal can pave a lot of way. So I was very ambitious because I had in myself that I don't need to remain a classroom teacher. I don't need to remain a grade 2 teacher because I started as a grade 2 teacher way back in 1985 when I stepped into the classroom to begin teaching.
Well, now there is news everywhere, and people are eager to, I think, join you in the Thanksgiving party or celebration. I think you should also highlight the people about the Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much, viewer. When I was about to retire, I had in my mind that God has really stood along with me, led me through from grade 2, grade 3, grade 5, bachelor degree in education, from education assistant, senior education assistant, a teacher, grade 2, a teacher, grade 1, inspector of schools, senior education officer. So I had that ambition that I should really organize for a Thanksgiving prayer to the Almighty God, where a mass will be celebrated, and I will celebrate together with the colleague with whom I have worked, the children whom I produce who went through the education in my hand, and the different stakeholders with whom I work, because in the teaching service, you don't work alone, you work with pupils, you work with teachers, you work with parents, you work with different stakeholders in order to register success. So I had that one in mind, and I'm very happy about it.
Well, to start off with your achievements, going to your achievement, a lot of people know you as someone who has achieved. We, this generation, look at you as an example to look at and say, this is my role model. And a lot of people are happy about the achievements that you have registered. My focus is on Patao Primary and Agao District. To start off with Patao Primary, can you tell us your secret behind academic successes that you registered and also co-curricular activities such as music, dance, and drama?
Yeah, thank you very much. I was transferred to Patong Primary in 1994, and when I took over the administration, I went through the school profile and identified many gaps. My achievement basically were based on a number of factors. One was to identify the problem and the challenges and share it with the teaching staff, with members of management committee, with parents. And that is how we started reorganizing the system. All our plans were based on the gaps. And the visible gaps were the poor performance, lack of teachers, accommodation, inadequate classrooms. But luckily enough, we had CCF program who supported us in the construction of about a block of 4 classrooms. And the parents also cooperated with me. They put grass task houses for teachers. And by doing that, we created more time for teachers, learners, contact hours. All the teachers were accommodated in the school. And then we also went deeper by analyzing together with teachers what were the gaps in the teaching learning process. Certainly, we identified that there were lack of preparation from the side of teachers, lack of continuous assessment of learners, and then the learners had low morale to learn. So we addressed all those. Teachers started preparing their schemes of work. I was checking their lesson plan, observing them in the lesson, giving them feedback, and then they felt encouraged. Although at the beginning they thought it was a fault finding, but later on they started appreciating. And then we also introduced reading cultures to our learners. We had books, and then we allowed learners to borrow books. And then the learners were given regular tests, and feedbacks were given. And we went ahead by also screening the candidates who were to sit for exams. Those were the olden system. These days it is not allowed. And through that, we also created extra lessons for our candidates so that they bridge the lot of gaps in the curriculum they had in the lower classes. So by that, we also had several meetings with parents to the extent that parents also realized that there is need for them to contribute towards meeting school requirements, towards construction of staff houses, and giving small motivation to learners, and also following up their learners. Because we introduce what is called class days, where parents come and then observe how their children are going through the teaching learning process. Together with the management also, we introduce some small incentives, small ones, and teachers also picked it. That one was a recognition, so their good performance. And then coming now to the achievement we had in co-curricular activities, I would begin with sports, because we had competition among the schools. By that time, it wasn't a town council, it was still Patong sub-county. We had competitions, and we were preparing our athletes so well. By that, I still recognize the contribution of Obongo Matthias, who had a popular saying who could motivate all the athletes that BAM Said,
Patong P7.
BAM Said. And the learners so motivated. Those of were John Bostify, Ojara Bosco, Donkara Phillips, the late Donkara Francis, Uchaya Jimmy Ray, Madame Madong Jane Margaret, Oyo Julius, and others. So in sports, we were always number one in Patong sub-county because we normally train our athletes on skills. We build their skills. So when they appear on the competition ground, you find them excelling. So we knew what we were doing, and the athletes also took seriously the skills that we were instilling with them.
So
coming to MDD, I must say the world is alive because of music. All that we do is full of music. The way you walk, you talk, the blowing of the wind, and everything. And if there was no music, the world would have been dead. Because it's the source of communication in various ways, whether you are lamenting, whether you are praising, and all that. So our success was mainly based on our good music teachers. Madame Jane, Margaret, Anua Robert, Jara Bosco on the side of drama, Mr. Ainya, if I call Ainya, people can still remember, we are John Bostibai. So we are all working as a team because music has so many classes that one teacher alone cannot manage it, even if you think you are all around. So it was all a collective effort. Opportunity came in 2004 when those of invisible children learned that Patong P7 is doing some good work. And then they came at that peak moment of the insurgency, when people were in the camp. They supported us by preparing our athletes. I can still recall the director of Invisible Children, Lake Joyce, and I still remember his late father, the late Court, was a great musician known all over Uganda. So he came and then trained our choirs. The choirs performed so well. So that was the first time we appeared to be number one in Kitgum district, and then also number one in Acholi sub-region. Then we went for the national. There we performed miracles. Instrumental composition were the best overall. I can still recall Akana Dominic, who played xylophone like he was born with xylophones. And then the traditional dances were also number one. And that was the time when people thought that because of insurgency, nothing good could come out from the choristers from the north. But then we made it. We made it, and that one also paved the way because those of AMREF, Invisible Children link up with AMREF. And AMREF also link up with American Film Crew. They carried a documentation known as The War Dance, which won several awards in USA, including the Oscar Award. And they raised a lot of money through AMREF. They were able to build dormitories. Those dormitories you see in Patong P7 is because of music. And then the classroom blocks and all those other support.
Well, talking about war dance, I want to take a clip where when you were already in Kampala for the MDD, the students were lying on this papyrus mat. It was a little bit sad, despite having that NGO. And also, I believe there were leaders by that time who would have opted to help. So what was the major challenge behind securing the mattress?
The major challenge behind securing the mattress, if a school is going the name of the district, but then the school has got to prepare a lot. And arising from the insurgency, the school could not afford the mattress, and the district had also no plan to secure it for us. And then we even informed our member of parliament at that time, Honorable Professor Ganda Tigo was our MP, and really that one wasn't taken seriously. although he came and then share with the choristers, and then also at moment to take the chorister to
The parliament.
to the parliament, and then with connection with others, including Bosco Beer and others, our choristers were also taken to Entebbe Airport, at the beach, and all that. I think it was mainly because due to not taking church arrangements so seriously. Because for them, they could have provided mattress, or they never knew that we had nothing.
Did Bosco Beer donate the Big Brother truck which took the pupils from here to?
Yes. Bosco Beer donated that truck. It was his support, and even when we were there, he was providing other support also, some soda, motivation, and linking us with other people. Telling them, okay, our children from Patao are around. Could you come, and then we go and see them? And people were coming with crates of soda, biscuit, and all that, which our choristers and enjoy it. So he played a big role of mobilizing our sons and daughters who were in Kampala.
What a good man. Good is still continuing with this charity up to now. Now,
I think Bosco is a very nice person, and he's someone who is pro-development, because we will recall during the period of insurgency, he surrendered a number of his vehicles which linked people from Patan, Lira, Gulwa, Bim, and elsewhere, even up to now. So he has contributed a lot in the transport sector. And then he's a kind man and very open. All of that people don't take advantage of his good behavior, of his good art. He always stand up with people. He's simple and even easy to approach. So he's a nice guy. I like him.
So now, what was your motivation to continue with all these exercises in Patong Primary despite the existence of LRA war, which was too serious? What was the real motivation behind that?
You see, there are two types of teachers. There are people who are born natural teachers, and others who joined the profession because there was no other option. So for me, my motivation was a cause in belief beyond oneself. That is, going an extra mile outside the work boundary. Because if I recall, I was leaving for school very early, and also leaving office very late, and also getting dedicated. But the goal was to produce results and then improve the performance of the school. And I know for sure that promotion comes out of hard work and commitment. So I wanted to be promoted. I wanted to be known by my performance. I wanted to excel so that I climb up the ladder.
Now, we're looking at the district. What achievements did you make from the district? You know, being in local government, just like a minister Utafire one time said, local government does their things in a local way. Can you highlight briefly as we try to wind up?
Yeah, my achievement at district level one, when I was identified to be a caretaker inspector of schools by Mr. Amone CBA, the retired district education of Gago district local government. My achievement one was being very loyal and committed to my supervisor. I was very committed to my DO. I was very committed to my DIS retired Mr. Jogi. And then because of that, I also built a very strong team within the district. And then my achievement also light on, I was working with the game teachers. With the game teachers, we worked so well. And it was during my time when I was an inspector of schools and also aiding games and sport department that Pade district brought national trophy for athletics for the first time from Mbale. That was when we won the national primary kids athletics. And it was a very big achievement. I remember the district mobilized. We were welcome all the way from Lira. From Lira at Achwa Bridge, and we had a very big celebration. And then the following year. So when Age was carved out of Pade, I continued with the same role. And then we won national trophies in athletics for 4 consecutive years before I handed over the office to Mr. Komakech Benson, who was the acting district sports officer. He also continued working so hard with game teachers and bringing in national trophies. So when you go to the office of Kao of Agago district, you will see so many lineup of national trophies won in athletics. That is where I also got my pride, because at national championship I was always even recognized, and the discipline of my teachers, the game teachers, were also very, very high, and then their performance in the very aspect, in a different aspect of athletics. So I also inculcated in them the spirit of competition and hard work, and also going to compete to win. So that is why Agego remains the winner for so many years.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Related to sports that you've been talking about, can you tell us about your hobby? Because sometimes I see you going for Arsenal games.
Yeah, my hobbies took so many different shapes. When I was for my grade 2, my best hobbies was scouting. Where I enjoy so much, because with scout the motto said, be prepared all the time, give up a job and all that one. Then at some point it also turned into football. In football I started right from primary. The position I'm best known is position 1 goalkeeper. I recall when we were at primary, during holidays we could compete with secondary school boys. And a number of times we were even winning them, beating them. So that one was my best position. But then I got discouraged when I was kicked at the rib. And
Sorry.
This nearly broke my rib. And then I left that one and then continue with sporting. I like jogging, and that is what has helped and kept me even active and healthy up to now. And then my other hobbies is also even watching football. I am an Arsenal fan, a humble one. I don't attack people. I enjoy it so much.
So if Arsenal lifts the trophy this season, will that be the best gift of your retirement?
Surely. I will contribute towards that celebration. and it is also even my prayer that God allows Arsenal to win this season.
Amen.
But that I know winning is not easy. The number of games we are left with around 11 games. It's still a difficult one.
Well, finally, as to wind up, I would like you to tell the viewers only 2 things. The first one is what you are now doing after your retirement. Secondly, your message to Patang primary, all boys and all girls, to this new generation of Agago district and Ugandan nationals, and also any other message you have for the people, including the date for Thanksgiving, because you had not mentioned the date.
Yeah, thank you very much. After my retirement, I am now open to give service to the community in any possible areas. I can give services to schools where I could go and support them. I could also give services to the local community as an opinion leader, and that will keep me alive and also being recognized. And then to the OBs and then the OGs of Patango Primary, I am very proud of you. If anything, your achievement it is a very big pride to me because I know many of you are in big positions. Some have become doctors, Dr. Damoe, Dr. Abalo Joyce, and others. I cannot mention all. I at this time, I also inspire you in the different profession you are with 3 messages. 1, be committed to your work, loyal to your supervisor, and then also be a committed Christian. That one will lead you through, and then be ambitious to climb the ladder to the highest. The way I have climbed from grade 2 to bachelor, from an assistant teacher to senior education officer. I inspire all of you to move up to the level of doctorate because I know you're capable and the world is very competitive. And job security these days is only through continuous professional development. I look forward seeing all of you on the 15th when I will be giving my Thanksgiving prayer to the Almighty. I call upon you to support me in any way possible. Let us hope that you will all be there. And those who are unable to make it, extend your arms to reach the function through the chairperson or patron OBs and OGs association. Case Patrick is coordinating you. And whoever has not got the information, please, after this interview, call Comakech and get in touch, or will call me on 0784 762771. That is the day when we shall commemorate our shipment together as I retire. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Dini kompiti kanina jo barja yoti ni ko nuo pundino kwero punyo ko dong ne kwero na lego